Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to another edition of In Ohio Country Today. I'm Big Dan Wilson, and this week we celebrate the 2023 inductees to the Ohio Agricultural Council Hall of Fame. Our congratulations going out to Kenneth Davis, Terry McClure, Thomas Menke, and Dr. Don Sanders. We've had the pleasure of interviewing all four of those guys on our television show, and we can't wait to share their inductee videos with you. We'll have that and more this week in Ohio Country Today. Midway Trailers and Rodock Leasing Sales and Service is Ohio's only authorized Timpte dealer, and we have the perfect grain hopper for you. And right now, before September 30th, receive a $1,000 rebate when you finance a new trailer. Midway Trailers, Rodock Leasing Sales and Service. When you need a haul, give Midway a call.
Hi, I'm Alan Davis, and here at Alan Davis Insurance, we strive to be your solutions provider. As a business owner and an active farmer, I know the challenges firsthand that you face to run your business and your farm. Give us a call, 419-738-7447, for your auto, home, life, farm, commercial, crop, and financial services. Or check us out on the web at AlanDavisInsurance.com.
Tough is cutting through 5-inch thick brush. Tough is Rhino Ag. Available at your local Apple Farm service. Flex Wing, multi-spindle, single spindle, and boom mowers. Rhino has an entire lineup of tough cutting machines for your farm, pasture, woods, or property. Stop by your local Apple Farm service to learn which Rhino tough mower is meant for you.
Born into the third generation of his family's Highland County grain and cattle farm, Ken Davis's start in agriculture came early. He spent the first 2 decades of his life as an active member of 4-H, FFA, and the Highland County Farm Bureau. And from a young age, Ken remembers meeting with neighboring farm families to find solutions to issues they were facing on the farm.
I experienced at an early age what I realized later in life was the power of a grassroots organization, folks getting together and discussing issues that they have, proposing solutions to those issues, and working as a group, as an organization, to find solutions and reach goals. And I think, later in life, what I had been exposed to earlier played a big part in that.
Experiences like these, coupled with his passion for farming and a deep understanding of the issues faced by farmers, have led Ken to his lifelong commitment to advocacy and cooperation. He has served as a trusted partner alongside numerous local, state, and national organizations, including board-level leadership in the Ohio Farm Bureau, American Farm Bureau Foundation, Nationwide Mutual Insurance Company, and the National Cattlemen's Beef Association, to name a few.
As a farmer, I've always thought that all we can do is plant a seed. Whether it's a crop in the field, whether it's a thought with a public official, whether it's somebody you're sharing your faith with. You can't always make things happen, but you can plant some seeds and you can plant some thoughts that have the opportunity to grow and develop into solutions. And so I guess that's kind of the approach I've always tried to take is plant those seeds, plant those thoughts, and make sure that in whatever way I can that my voice and those around me are heard.
In addition, Ken's more than 25 years of service as chairman of the Board of Trustees for South Central Power Company, Ohio's largest electric cooperative, have greatly enhanced economic opportunities for farmers across the state. One of his greatest contributions with South Central Power has been helping to lead the charge in bringing high-speed internet to rural communities so that farm families have the same economic opportunities offered to those in cities.
How many of us have had kids or grandkids at home trying to get their schoolwork done, businesses operating from home that think what you want to about the pandemic. That's simply the situation that occurred, and it exposed the frailties, if you would, of the internet capabilities of the countryside. You're just not capable in many cases in large areas of Ohio, and I'm sure in other states as well, just not capable of the speeds necessary to get things accomplished remotely, and for businesses to operate, for farms to operate. You know, the farming operation is, it's a high-tech business anymore.
Ken's involvement in the Ohio farming community reaches far beyond advocating for current and future needs of the state's producers. He has also worked tirelessly to ensure the long-term prosperity of programs that develop the next generation of leaders through youth organizations like 4-H and FFA.
What it meant to me growing up as a kid, and the training that I got, the experiences I had, the people I met, the skills that I gained from those 4-H and FFA and Farm Bureau Youth kind of programs, that really has helped me all throughout life. I don't think there's any better programs than that.
Ken is respected by many for being a staunch advocate for farmers of all commodities and a trusted leader on issues that are near to them. He has humbly and passionately committed his life to his family, community, and fellow farmers, and his contributions will be felt for generations to come.
It's been said that the world is run by those that show up. And it's hard to stop the corn planter sometime to go to a meeting and or to help a 4-H kid or whatever. But that's part of the job. There's a piece of being a farmer, I think, that should involve, for those that can at least, those that have the opportunity, that should involve being involved off the farm in things that affect our community and our world, and things that affect what happens on the farm. And I guess that's what I've tried to be a part of, is having some small contribution to that.
For his significant contributions throughout his life to agriculture as a farmer, a leader, and a community advocate helping to meet the needs of others, the Ohio Agricultural Council is pleased to induct Kenneth D. Davis as a member of the Ohio Agricultural Hall of Fame.
Our farm department is committed to providing ag professionals the products, coverages, and peace of mind needed to run a successful operation. With our home office located in the heart of farm country, many of us have first-hand experience when it comes to farming, and we know how to take out the risk. Under one policy, we can provide total protection of your investment, from your home and barns to your equipment and livestock. We also provide an outstanding equine coverage, from a homeowner with a single horse to a professional breeder and everything in between. Come join us and experience the Salina difference.
Salina Insurance Group. For more information, be sure to check them out on the web at salinainsurance.com. That's salinainsurance.com.
Thomas Menke is president of Menke Consulting, an agronomic, environmental, and farm management consulting firm specializing in agricultural and water quality management. He has made a career of being involved at the local, state, and national levels with issues centering on agriculture's relationship with the environment. He took his love of nature and grew it into a flourishing career.
I was the kid in the summer morning, take the fishing pole and disappear all day. And it just was part of me. So when I went to college, I thought, well, I'm going to study biology. I didn't really know what that meant, except that I enjoyed living things.
After graduation from University of Cincinnati, his first job was at OARDC South Charleston branch, where he learned a variety of skills, including feeding pigs and hauling manure. In 1977, he joined Brookside Labs, where he cultivated his knowledge of soil science, the importance of balanced soils to plant and animal nutrition, and the effects this has on the environment.
I teamed up with Brookside Laboratory back in 1977, and I didn't know an awful lot about commercial agriculture, but I knew about scientific data, and I've had clients that I've started with in '77 that I still have today. So I think that speaks well of the data and what that can do, even though maybe I didn't know as much about farming as I should have. I like to say that my clients taught me everything I know about farming.
For over 40 years, Tom Menke has served Ohio livestock and crop farmers by providing sound, concise advice in the areas of animal nutrition, nutrient management, and livestock environmental permitting. He has voluntarily served on many committees and worked with state and federal agencies shaping agricultural and environmental rules, laws, and policies. Tom also holds 4 U.S. patents on nutrient management systems.
Working with clients, you learn the reality of agriculture, what can and can't be done. You also learn that there's a lot of misinformation out there. And with lawmakers, policymakers, a lot of them don't have the knowledge and experience, in my mind, to have made some of the decisions they were making. And so I felt like I was representing clients, I was representing agriculture, real agriculture, kitchen table agriculture. Still think we made some differences. Got some laws changed to right some wrongs, and gently guided things the direction I think they should have been going.
If anyone spends time around Tom, they'll soon realize he thinks before he speaks, and when he speaks, it's with years of experience. He is compelled to help people and to mentor others. He has helped cultivate the careers of doctors of weed science, Brookside consultants, farmers, business owners, and agriculturalists who all have a great appreciation for the environment in which we live.
Well, I want to see people successful, especially young people. I want to give advice whether it's asked for or not. But the consulting career has been a good one to me, and rewarding in many ways, not always financially, but I've always had a passion for helping farmers, helping others.
Even with his admission to the Hall of Fame, his work isn't done. Tom has plans for some exciting projects he's dreamed to implement, using sound practices around energy and renewable energy with different farming operations, making them a model not only of food production, but of environmental integrity.
Everybody's doing a much better job with first the CCA program and then the 4R program, and it's going to take all that and more as we try to figure out where agriculture fits in and can be done environmentally sound as the world demand for food grows every day.
In addition to his many career accomplishments, perhaps Tom's greatest accomplishment comes as a husband, father, grandfather, and a man of faith. The Ohio Agricultural Council is pleased to welcome Thomas Menke as a member of the Ohio Agricultural Hall of Fame.
Farmers Alliance, your area Beck's dealer, is a family-owned company dedicated to doing what's right by farmers, with a focus on providing localized service and as many choices as possible when it comes to crop inputs. And we offer those inputs at wholesale cost to our customers. In addition to products and inputs, Farmers Alliance is your go-to provider for custom applications. For more information or to place an order today, contact Farmers Alliance, your area Beck's dealer, at myfarmersalliance.com.
Pusheta Creek Steaks, naturally delicious, antibiotic, and hormone-free. From fresh, grass and grain-fed, free-to-roam cattle. Pusheta Creek is a family-owned and operated 210-acre free-range ranch right here in Ohio. And we take the time to custom-fit your order to exactly what you want for steaks, roasts, hamburger, pet treats, gifts, freezer boxes, and much more. Check us out on the web at PushetaCreekSteaks.com. That's PushetaCreekSteaks.com.
As the 5th generation of his family's Paulding County crop and livestock farm, Terry McClure's life has always centered around farming.
Well, I guess I was born into it. I'm a 5th generation farmer. My son's a 6th, and I always tell people on my best day we strap number 7 in beside us in a tractor or a combine, and we farm. So it's just our family. I go back 5th generation actually on both sides, my mom and my dad. And our family were some of the first folks to come here and settle after it was cleared here in the Great Black Swamp. It's been a blast. I still, and nobody will someday I'll have to retire because I won't be able to do it anymore, but this is fun. My grandpa always said, if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life.
Just out of high school, Terry became involved with the Paulding County Soil and Water Conservation District Board and the Paulding County Farm Bureau, later being elected to the Ohio Farm Bureau Board of Trustees and eventually serving as the organization's president. During his presidency, Terry advocated for members on numerous issues, including livestock industry issues, successfully passing Senate Bill 141, which transferred livestock permitting authority from the Ohio EPA to the Ohio Department of Agriculture.
We worked on a lot of different policy issues on different organizations, but they all kind of come back to the same place. It's all about the future of agriculture. How do we become a more efficient farm? How do we better raise food for the whole world? And so we never ran out of issues. Never will.
Terry embodies what it means to be a farmer leader. Due to the proximity of his family's farm to Lake Erie, Terry has been extremely proactive in conservation efforts, including field edge testing and minimum tillage, and has participated in broader statewide water quality initiatives to help with research aimed at minimizing and preventing nutrient runoff into Ohio's bodies of water.
Yeah, I think all farmers are conservationists, but when no-till came along in the 80s, it just totally lent itself to this area. It really worked in, and it changed the way we farmed here, and it really brought this level up. So the conservation's been a joy.
When looking back on his career, Terry feels he was able to assist in building coalitions and filled a role in how Ohio's organizations and businesses have worked together on issues that affect agriculture as a whole.
Ohio should be proud. You go to other states, the farm organizations and the commodity groups may not always work together, but here we always have. And the value of sitting on a lot of different boards, sometimes simultaneously, was issues only really, you really only make change on issues when you have a coalition built and everybody's singing off the same songbook. There was always another issue, and some of them seemed a little minute at the time, but they were actually building blocks and foundational to bigger things that you needed to accomplish.
Terry encourages other farmers to get involved with groups and organizations to continue advancing Ohio's agriculture industry, considering not just where agriculture is today, but where it can be in the coming decades.
We manage risk, and you're a better manager than you think you are, and you can have a contribution. But again, the number one thing is don't say no. Don't think I can't do it. Sometimes you felt like you were the odd person in the room, and you end up taking a leadership role when you really wanted to just stand at the back of the room. But things come along, you say yes. And really, it dovetails so well with the farm, because really on a farm you have to do that same thing. You have to build that farm for the future. You can't be thinking about just today.
As a farmer leader exemplifying excellence in farming and selfless service for the betterment of agriculture, the Ohio Agricultural Council is proud to welcome Terry McClure as a member of the Ohio Agricultural Hall of Fame.
Welcome to St. Mary's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, home of the Ag Pack. Ag Pack is an exclusive package of discounts on products and services you already use on your farm and ranch. And you get Ag Pack with every vehicle you purchase. We are your certified agriculture dealership.
You get straight talk, real service, and the right price. St. Mary's Chrysler. You get straight talk.
Your outdoor fun starts here at Dad's Toy Shop. See us today for all of your favorite remote control land, air, and watercraft, and so much more. Dad's Toy Shop in downtown Wapakoneta is your one-stop shop for all of your hobby needs.
It's a humble idea. Use a biological process to turn a plant into a power source. From that idea came the first Poet Refinery. One biorefinery in one town turned into 27 facilities in 27 towns, creating new local jobs, producing hundreds of millions of gallons of ethanol, and providing renewable products around the world. Suddenly, that one little idea seems a whole lot bigger. See the world differently with Poet.
Hi, I'm Alan Davis. And here at Allen Davis Insurance, we strive to be your solutions provider. As a business owner and an active farmer, I know the challenges firsthand that you face to run your business and your farm. Give us a call, 419-738-7447, for your auto, home, life, farm, commercial, crop, and financial services. Or check us out on the web at AllenDavisInsurance.com.
From his well-known Champaign County veterinary practice, started with his late wife Judy, to the faculty of The Ohio State University College of Veterinary Medicine, to the airwaves, taking part in international travel, teaching, and writing, Dr. Don Sanders has touched the lives of the agriculture community in Ohio and around the world. At heart, his love of animal agriculture began on the home farm in Auglaize County.
Well, I grew up on a farm in Auglaize County, eastern Auglaize County, Waynesfield, Ohio, and it was a typical farm family. My father was a farmer. We had a general livestock farm with some beef cattle and hogs and sheep and a chicken flock that my mother sold eggs at the back door, and a dairy herd. And I was the oldest of 4 boys, and I can still remember my counselor, who was the chemistry and physics teacher, asked me what I wanted to do, and I said I wanted to be a veterinarian. And I could tell in his eyes he's going, "Oh yeah, right." And but I was determined. That was the one thing that our parents instilled in us, that to set your goals and have a positive attitude on life. They would not tolerate negative attitudes.
Don grew up loving animals. His first experience raising rabbits with his brothers ended up having a profound impact on him and ultimately his career choice.
There was a grocery store in Lima that would buy rabbits for meat, and but the deal was we had to raise the rabbits and then slaughter them or process them and take them to the grocery store, and got 65 cents a pound for them. I can still remember that. The thing that absolutely killed me in a proverbial way was we had to dress them. And I couldn't hardly stand to do that, but that was my compassion for animals, clear back to when I was 9 and 10 years old. And I grew up and I learned every aspect of animal management, food animal management, and that sort of thing.
After college at The Ohio State University, Don and Judy were a young married couple determined to start their own veterinary practice. Through their conviction and determination, they went on to establish a large, impactful practice in their county and at the same time have an impactful presence in their community.
Rarely did vet students graduate from college and go out and start a practice. And Judy and I were married by that time, and we did that. And we drove all over Ohio seeking the ideal place to practice, and ultimately settled on Champaign County, Ohio, to start a practice. And there's 13 veterinarians here, and the first 2 veterinarians we met told us we were out of our mind going someplace where there are that many veterinarians. Well, and not to toot my own horn, but in 5 years of providing emergency service all night long when people needed it, and that sort of thing, whether it be regardless of the animal, we ended up having a very large practice, and the other veterinarians were retiring, and so we ended up with the largest practice in the county.
His career has taken many turns as an author, a teacher, and a communicator. Many will recognize his name for the monthly columns he wrote for Dairy Today, Ohio's Country Journal, Rural Life Today, and Progressive Dairyman.
Well, the irony is that I talked about all these things I'd done, and I've worked in 12 countries and written a number of books, and they've been translated into Japanese and Chinese and Spanish and so on. In spite of all that, and the number of places that I worked with dairymen particularly, and swine operations for that, the biggest impact I made, I believe, is when Ohio State talked me into coming back and being on the faculty as an associate professor. And to be able to drive around the country with students and talk about life and the important things in life.
Dr. Sanders said his parents and grandparents were his greatest influence and mentors. His father instilled his strong work ethic, and his mother instilled what he terms the cultural side of life, focused on faith. He has lost 2 wives and a daughter, but his deep faith has never wavered. Those who know Don personally admire him for his generosity, his teaching ability, his gift as a communicator, and his love for his community. A trusted expert, consultant, and mentor, the Ohio Agricultural Council is proud to induct Dr. Don Doc Sanders into the Hall of Fame.
Closed captioning paid for in part by the following. Devin Dye from Dye Real Estate and Land Company is your area leader in land auctions because our team works to maximize your profits. Through a coordinated effort from pre-marketing to auction day, we make selling your farm or recreational property an easy, exciting, and thorough experience. We invite you to contact us today for a no-obligation valuation of your land. At Dye Real Estate and Land Company, we know the land because we live it every day. Call us first. DyeRealEstate.com. That's DyeRealEstate.com. Only Meyer offers the widest range of forage boxes in the industry. Choose between front, rear, and dual discharge boxes. Then pick between wagon mount, trailer mount, or truck mount, roof, or no roof. That's your call. Meyer is there for your operation with the right box and options for you. Visit your local Apple Farm Service to learn which Meyer forage box is right for you. Farmers Alliance, your area Beck's dealer, is a family-owned company dedicated to doing what's right by farmers, with a focus on providing localized service and as many choices as possible when it comes to crop inputs. And we offer those inputs at wholesale cost to our customers. In addition to products and inputs, Farmers Alliance is your go-to provider for custom applications. For more information or to place an order today, contact Farmers Alliance, your area Beck's dealer, at myfarmersalliance.com. Midway Trailers and Rodock Leasing Sales and Service is Ohio's only authorized Timty dealer, and we have the perfect grain hopper for you. And right now, before September 30th, receive a $1,000 rebate when you finance a new trailer. Midway Trailers, Rodock Leasing Sales and Service. When you need a haul, give Midway a call. Hey, that's going to do it for this week's edition of In Ohio Country Today. For more information, check us out on the web at inohiocountry.com. We'll have a link to our YouTube page, our Facebook, and our podcast at inohiocountry.com. Have a good day, everybody.